Okay. So then in November, Aaron was pulled over, 2022, November. He was pulled over in his RV for suspicion of DUI, but ultimately they let him go, right?
Yes.
Were you driving behind him or?
No, so I was not there. It was someone else that was calling.
Okay.
Or that was there. I was calling them because I was given that information that he was driving on the wrong side of the road. So I did make that phone call and I said, "Hi, Aaron is driving on the wrong side of the road." And I said he's under the influence. You know, there's pictures being taken. I saw those photos. Can you guys please make sure he's okay? I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone or him. Like, he's a danger right now. He's not in his right mind. And they just let him go. And then he passed away days later. So
Okay. So the day before November 5th, 2022, he had missed a rehab therapy session.
yes. So that therapy session was actually together by me. So it was through Lion Recovery. It was intake, or what is it called? In home, or not in home. Oh my gosh, there's a name for it. Anyways, so I signed him up for the rehab because there was X, Y, and Z he had to do to complete to get custody back of Prince. They wanted him to go to a rehab center. They wanted him to get off of all the medications he was taking. They wanted him to be sober because when he did the drug tests that had to do random drug testing, he was testing positive for Xanax. And they said, "We don't want you driving under the influence." The judge himself said that in a Zoom call when I was right there.
Okay.
He ordered him to stop taking Xanax.
Okay. So the day before November 5th, he's just not going to a session. Are you guys talking at all?
So the last day we spoke was on Halloween, Monday, the 31st.
Oh, so that was a few days, like a week before. Yeah.
That I was still living in the home. I was still, driving back and forth to see Prince. We had an RV too, and we would kind of live there close by so I could see Prince more often, and we didn't have to drive 2 hours. And then, he would go see Prince in his office visits. But the last day, he had a test to do, and I called to see if they called his name, and he didn't want to go to it, and I was super disappointed about it. He was losing in court so badly. It just looked so bad in court. He wasn't doing what he needed to do, and I was super disappointed. I said, he knew it would be time for me to go see Prince, so I went to go see him, and then I called him, and that's when he said, "Don't come home." And I just thought he was having one of his little episodes where, he would come, want me back in a few days and just give him his space. But it wasn't like that. So, and that was the last time I physically saw him, because throughout the whole week, it was really bad.
Well, on November 5th, 2022, Aaron's housekeeper ended up finding him in the bathtub. And ultimately, when the ambulance was called, he wasn't alive. His live-in housekeeper was a homeless woman that he took in.
So I will say that I don't know too much about her. I really don't. She was put in the home just within weeks.
Oh, so she wasn't there when you were there?
No, I met her.
But
No,
I was
living
in the home when you...
She was living. Yeah, she was living.
Was that a little odd that you have this
I didn't think
live-in
anything...
woman?
Well, the thing is, though, we had housekeepers because we had so many dogs that, we were looking for someone that would help attend the house. I thought she was a pretty smart lady and that she was, on top of things. She looked like she knew what she was doing. Very nice lady. Unfortunately, she had really bad communication skills, as far as I know, because she wasn't communicating with me with what I was asking her.
Right. By the time the paramedics arrived, he had already passed away. When did you get that phone call?
Saturday morning.
November 5th.
Yeah.
Who called you?
Actually, her friend called me. I never even spoke to her ever.
The housekeeper's friend.
I never got to speak to her.
What did she tell you?
Well, she was screaming And she said, he drowned. And like, I mean, it's really hard and emotional for me to talk about this. And it's kind of like, I try to not think about it. But I mean,
Did you think that she was serious, or did you think this
I mean,
was
I
just
was in shock.
yeah?
Over the whole thing. I mean, I couldn't breathe the whole time. I had to drive 2 hours to go there too. So
So you went to the house.
yeah, I was right there. I had to drive to the house, and
Okay,
it was 110 miles of me, like, in
freaking out.
shock.
Yeah. Was the ambulance still there? Was Aaron?
There was paramedics there. Yeah.
Oh, so his body was still in the house.
Mm.
Yeah.
There was people outside and the news already there when I got there.
Did you break down when you got there?
There's a lot of video footage of me. They had, that's already out there. It's already been on TV. So
Yeah. I'm sorry if you're lost. I mean, to go through that with the father of your child, especially with all the chaos leading up to it.
thank you. Yeah.
You made a statement. You said, my fiance, Aaron Carter, has passed away. I love Aaron with all my heart, and it's going to be a journey to raise a son without a father. Please respect the privacy of my family as we come to terms with the loss of someone we love greatly. We're still in the process of accepting this unfortunate reality. Your thoughts and prayers are greatly appreciated. Now, Aaron passed away without a will, but the family all agreed that Aaron's son, your son obviously, should inherit all of his assets.
That is correct. Yeah.
And they said around that time it was worth about $550,000.
I believe so, but unfortunately, Aaron didn't. He didn't pay his taxes when I first met him, and he had stuff that was not paid for, and he had a lot of debts. And before I met him,
Yeah.
so that just kind of ruined the chances of my son having any kind of inheritance. And being in probate, there was so many
Oh, wow.
fees and things. So, and during my relationship with him, money was, he spent it very carelessly and erratically, and